You're listening to the online edition of Across the Pond with me, Richard Morris. Unfortunately, due to rights restrictions, it is not possible to play the music which is announced and featured in this programme. You'll still hear us announce the songs, but the programme will then jump straight to the next part. If you're very clever, you could pause this recording, play the songs yourself, and then hit play on this programme again for added effect. This last suggestion is optional, however. Enjoy the show. Hello, and welcome to the April edition of Across the Pond with myself, Richard Morris.
Hey, it's Susie Sunshine over here.
And we also have Justen, who, once he's wheeled himself back to
Hello.
the microphone, will be able to talk to us.
I'm hung up. Hold on.
Now, he is our replacement for Luke, as many of you will remember.
Oh, so I'm just a replacement?
Yeah, you're not the original choice.
Yeah.
Many of you will remember, of course, Luke, who had to disappear off to California to go and pursue his dreams in being a DJ and doing music things.
Wicked.
And so Justen is our replacement. And Justen does many things on the Wolf Sports. Wolf Radio, even.
Hey, yeah, I do a lot of things for sports. I'm assistant program director at the station in general. And then I have a sports talk show on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. on the Wolf Sports. It's the separate stream from the West Georgia Internet Radio stream. So
we're really branching out.
It's like we're listening to an audio resume. It's amazing.
Yeah, I just got to plug myself up.
And what time is your show on?
7 o'clock here. So for you in the UK, I've been told that would be midnight on Thursday.
Yes, midnight on Thursday morning.
It's easy. You can do that.
Yeah, because it's on here 7 p.m. Wednesday night. So yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, who goes to bed before midnight anyway?
Exactly, and I mean it's a Wednesday night, so
yeah.
I mean everyone's going
That's
to
hump
be,
day.
working.
Exactly.
Going to be working on things.
No.
So what kind of things do you do on there?
Just talk the latest news in sports. So right now the Miami Heat are on a 27 game win streak and got college basketball tournament going on for those of you who like basketball. And I'm always talking football. American football, that is.
I have to say, every single time we've ever recorded this program before, we've always never had the television on in the studio, and he came in here and put on ESPN straight away.
First thing I did.
So
I live, breathe, and eat sports.
Yeah.
Completely opposite from Richard, who doesn't know anything.
I just don't know anything. I don't care either. I mean, it's just pointless.
He just said he doesn't care about your show, by the way.
It's okay.
No, it's not that I don't care about your show. It's just that sports to me is just pointless. And the fact that I hate it whenever I have to put in sports news on the news segments that I have to record. Because sports isn't news, in my opinion, at all.
Well, here's the thing to me is it's wherever the money's at.
Well, yeah.
And therefore, money is in sports big time, so people...
But it's really difficult to read sports news because it's all like numbers and titles. And
if you don't know what you're doing...
If you know what you're saying, then it comes off really... really bad.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I don't do sports blocks anymore.
45-3-4-7-5.
Yeah.
That's a phone number to something.
And I've announced the scores so many times before with the wrong team. So, I've said, and it was 0-3 to so-and-so, but I've actually done it the wrong way round. So it was... So
someone had money on that game, and they were listening to you.
Yeah.
That could be... pretty angry.
The only sport I ever watch in any level, capacity, is golf and tennis. There's two.
See,
and I watch Wimbledon only.
I'm a huge tennis player, and I dabble in golf.
Yes.
But I do tennis leagues year-round.
Yeah, I watch Wimbledon every single year. Wimbledon is my thing. I sit down for 2 weeks, and no one is allowed to disturb me.
Is that a big thing in the UK?
Oh, yes. It takes up all of BBC One and BBC Two's daytime schedule.
Think about how big the Super Bowl is for one day in the US is what Wimbledon is for 2 weeks over there.
Wimbledon, not Wimbledon.
Wimbledon. My bad.
I get so many Americans saying that, it's Wimbledon. It's like, no, it's not. I don't know if that's a Southern thing or if it's just a general American thing.
It's an American thing.
Speaking from a man who
without
had an
making things
argument
wrong.
about oregano.
Oregano, yeah, okay.
Oh, no,
I should explain to the listeners.
No.
I should explain this to the listeners before we continue. I was in Subway the other day, and I was getting a lovely meatball marinara that was delicious. Marinara. And I was in the... and it was sub of the day, so I was really looking forward to it. And, of course, you don't really have any sauces. Mayonnaise doesn't really go that well with meatball marinara. Neither does any of the others. So I just thought I'll have some oregano. And I asked for oregano. And I ended up having an argument with the lady about how to pronounce oregano. I said, "Oh, you mean oregano?" No, I don't mean oregano. And then to complete that, I then had to ask for a vitamin water.
That's what I was about to get at. That's what I was about to get. I heard you say vitamin the other day. I was like, what
Yeah.
did you just say?
Yes, I know.
Vitamin.
All of us
Vitamin
in the studio have started mocking you, but you're getting better on your America.
America.
No, you're still enunciating way too much.
I know. It's
America. It should all just flow together.
America.
America.
Hard on the R. America.
America. I don't know why we're sitting in the studio doing this. This is for listeners in the UK. This is like a stereotype that the South has, is that they don't really pronounce the A. Well, they don't really pronounce anything, but they don't really pronounce the A at the beginning of America. So it comes out like this. Oh, I'm in America.
Just
and
like that.
And that's how they say it. Was
how
that quite a
in
good one?
America.
Okay. I'm
It's the American way.
Anyway, so I have done on my list that you're going to talk to us about March Madness. Please explain, and do it with a sense that so that British people will understand.
Okay,
what
I'm talking to some 2-year-olds right now, right?
No,
Right on.
I'm
Girls.
Kidding. Yeah, okay, there we go. Better analogy. Basically, I know basketball's getting bigger in the UK,
Yes.
but it's basically college basketball. So all the universities in the states have a tournament, 64-team tournament, and they basically just each one they have their own brackets, and the winners of each bracket advance to the Final Four, and then they come down to 4 teams, then takes it down to 2, and then those 2 play for the championship. And it's just a big deal. It's a 3 or 4 week event that goes on every weekend for the month of March and going into April, and it's real big. It's fun to try to pick the upsets because you've got higher ranked teams and lower ranked teams. So like if a lower ranked team beats a higher ranked team, everyone goes crazy.
So I'm guessing you've been covering this quite a bit on the Sports Pack.
That's all we talked about last week.
Whoa, crazy.
Yeah, it's actually pretty tough to make a one topic like that last for the entire show, but
You guys are talented.
we made it happen.
I mean, and it's not all sports, guys. I mean, there are funny moments as we've captured.
Yes.
Speaking to girls,
You want to talk about American stereotypes
Okay.
and cheerleaders?
We do have a fairly good clip here from the Sports Pack. I don't really know how to introduce it. How would you introduce it?
Well, if anyone knows what football is in America, it's a big sport over here, and most states have their own team, and there's a particular popular team, the New York Giants, who I would think anyone would know the answer to that. So I started them off with a question that I thought was an easy one, and it turns out it was harder than they.
But it was all of the trivia questions.
Oh,
were wrong.
They got like 3 or 4 of them, but the 2 that they really just botched were ones that my 6-year-old niece could have got.
Yeah. So we're going to play this clip, but we're going to keep our mics on so you can hear our reaction as well. This is Justen speaking a little while ago, so you might hear Justen laughing and speaking at the same time, which is going to be a little bit weird.
Don't let it throw you off.
Yeah.
I'm talented like that.
But here we go. Here's some Americans trying to answer questions. This is just fantastic.
Question number 1. The football team, the blank Giants, where do they play? What city or what state do the Giants play in?
You got it, Caitlin. The Mississippi Giants.
Mississippi doesn't even have a football team.
Oh.
It starts with an N.
I know Alabama doesn't
An
have a
N?
football team.
An N.
North Dakota.
Oh.
Oh,
North
God,
Carolina.
no. New York.
New York.
There we go.
No.
The New York Giants. Okay. Question number 2.
North Dakota? Are you kidding?
I know.
What is the name of
something
the
North
Atlanta
Dakota.
Braves stadium field?
Turner.
Yeah.
Turner Field. Good job. All right. They got better. One
You
and
are so patronising.
one. Well, I had to give them some encouragement to get some right.
Last summer.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
They
Yeah?
sound like they had a
Did you
lot
have
of
good
fun.
seats? When I went back and listened to it, I realized how condescending
bad.
I sounded to them.
Okay.
All
Is
right.
this
question number 3?
is this cheerleaders?
yes, what? for West Georgia?
Our own
the
personal
Atlanta-
cheerleaders.
What's the Atlanta football team's name?
Falcons.
Falcons?
The Falcons.
They had
Yeah, I'm
that.
trying to
They got a
dumb
few.
down a little bit for you. See.
Yeah.
Didn't know where the New York Giants played.
We're not that
New
stupid.
York.
No, okay, all right. Well, let's get so you both like football,
Right?
Yes.
Okay, who played for the national championship this past year?
Alabama.
And
Notre Dame.
okay,
So country.
Notre Dame.
answers. You got.
I answered one.
Okay, you're right. But I want more from you. More.
Oh, God.
Okay, this one's strictly for Caitlin.
This is the other one that they just blew me away on.
Atlanta used to have a hockey team. What was their team's name? They live here. They should know this. It was a bird.
Ox.
No, that's
No, isn't it
basketball.
something about like gladiators or something?
That's the Gwinnett Gladiators. Their hockey team. So
Okay.
cool. I'll give you half point for that.
I don't know. Hold on, wait.
It's a bird. It's the state bird.
Eagles. No, that's it.
What's the state bird?
I don't know what the state bird is. Should I know what the state bird is?
Yeah.
We learned that in like
What does it start
elementary
with?
school.
A T.
The thrasher.
There you go. All right.
Aw,
She pulled it
look
out.
at ya.
She pulled it out. The Thrashers.
Honey.
I used to go watch hockey all the time with my dad.
Okay. All right. That's good. Well,
Oh,
the
honey.
Thrashers was the Atlanta hockey team. They're now in Winnipeg
And where's that?
in Canada. I don't know where anything is.
So an Atlanta hockey team went to Canada.
Mm-hmm. They're
Because the fans like them.
down here.
Here you go,
I
Richard.
love hockey.
Hockey can be fun, just it's not a southern sport.
That's true.
Where was the national championship played this year?
Shouldn't say I forgot.
Give me.
Florida.
You can give me the
Florida.
state. Okay, it was Florida. What city in Florida?
Miami.
Look at you. All right.
So
okay.
condescending. It's so
You're
patronizing.
making up for the not knowing what New York Giants were.
Okay.
North Carolina.
That's like New York's not even close to the
You
south.
said North
so
Dakota. You said Mississippi.
I said North Carolina. That's
You
kind
did.
of close.
It's closer than North Dakota.
That's so southern.
What is in
closer
North
than
Dakota?
So Florida or New Mexico or something.
This is true. This is true.
Or Europe.
Dude, what?
Who is the Falcons' starting quarterback?
Once again,
Murray.
home team.
No.
Yes.
They live here.
Yeah.
Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh, I was close.
You were close.
I don't.
right
I don't
city
watch
or state.
NFL. So
Other Caitlin, do you know?
Oh, I have no clue.
None at all.
None at all.
You don't
She's
know who the
honest,
starting
right?
quarterback
Yes.
for the Atlanta Falcons are.
Uh-uh.
Starts with an M.
These are
first
cheerleaders
name.
for football
Macintosh.
games.
Yeah.
No,
For all sports.
it's Matt Ryan. You never,
Oh.
Matt Ryan? No?
Yeah, uh-uh.
Does that ring a bell?
Uh-uh.
nuh-uh.
Wow. Okay. Who is your favorite athlete? For each of y'all. Okay. Or I
I don't
rephrase
have
this.
one.
Who's the sexiest athlete?
I don't know.
I finally get fed up.
You got one? No. Okay. Who? Give me a guy that you think is hot that's famous.
Luke Bryan.
Oh, Luke Bryan.
We're good country on me.
Of course.
All right. So football's your favorite sport.
Yes.
Any other sports that you like to watch or be a part of?
Cheerleading.
Cheerleading.
Is that a
If you
sport?
consider that a sport.
I don't know. If, for today, I will consider it a sport since I have y'all in studio.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, that will wrap it up for Girlfriend Trivia. We're here with Caitlin Squared, and thank you, ladies, for taking time out of your day to come in here and do some Girlfriend Trivia for us.
That
And that's a day in the life of me interviewing girls for trivia.
it was amazing. I mean, I when I heard that, I kind of thought, oh, the stereotype about
And that's the
American
thing, like-
cheerleaders
like
is
you-
quite true.
Like, you don't even enjoy sports that
Yeah.
much, but you can appreciate the clip.
Even I realised that the state bird isn't an eagle because that's the American bird as opposed
That's
to
American
in
symbol.
America. You know, so I mean, it's just
Well,
you
the
know.
best part about that was I was like, it's a bird. And she goes, isn't it something like the gladiators? I just said it's a bird.
It's amazing.
Girls, jeez.
Anyway, with that, we're gonna have to leave you. For the moment, I always say that. I always make it sound as though the program is ending when I'm going.
We're
going
going to run away for a little while.
We're going to run away for about 6 minutes whilst this music plays. I'm going to play two Martin Solveig songs. He's French, so neither of
Oui,
you will
oui.
probably know him.
I know him.
Okay, yeah, but you're like massively hipster and listen to anything.
What are
on
you trying to say
YouTube.
about me?
You're Billboard. You're a Billboard.
I am not a Billboard guy.
You are.
You take that back.
You look like
Okay.
the American boy. Like
What?
could be a logo for America. Honestly,
Are you
you
got
got
the
the
redneck?
swoop hair.
Yeah.
No, you got
no,
the
know
swoop
what?
hair.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, this is radio, so you can't really see him. But Justin does look unbelievably American, like unbelievably
No.
stereotypically
Like
American.
Captain America.
Yeah, I've always thought this. You
I
look
don't know
so
how to
American.
take this.
It's not a bad thing.
Well, here's the thing about music-wise, though. Like, I rarely listen to the radio.
Yeah.
Wow,
Like,
you're on
everything-
the radio. Wow.
Well, okay. Let me rephrase that. I don't listen to radio hits. I know what they are because I'm working radio. I have to know what's hopping these days. But when it comes to like my personal choice of music, it's all I like acoustic. I like underground kind of stuff. I'm not
Okay.
not Justin Bieber fan.
Jay
Okay.
Biebs.
But you don't. But I mean, you don't know who Martin Solveig is, clearly.
No.
No. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. We'll do some trivia in a bit, and we'll.
Yes, let's do that. Winnipeg?
Okay. So we're gonna play Martin Solveig, "Ready to Go," and followed by "Hello," which was his first ever single, which is amazing. And you've never heard either of these songs. This will be an entertaining moment for you.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll be back in a bit.
Okay, bye.
Well, that was Martin Solveig, ready to go, followed by Hello. And we've just realised that actually Justin had heard those songs before.
Bazinga.
But but he's just so hipster. He's just so hipster that he doesn't want to admit it.
I'm hip.
He's too
Hop.
cool. He knew
You
about it
don't
before
stop.
we did. That's what the
I actually was the one that downloaded those songs onto the radio, so
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
yes.
He was the one who recorded them. Duh.
of course.
I was in the studio when he actually was recording the songs.
Yeah. Okay, so, I mean, you may have just heard us reference, Kapuya. And you might be wondering where this is from. Well, I was shown yesterday evening by a friend of mine at the radio station, colleague. Woman gives accurate description of a hailstorm, Kapuya, on YouTube. And it's actually become so popular that the YouTube view counter can't catch up. So when you search it, it says it has no views.
Seriously?
But when you click on it, it says 6,192,498 as of the time of this recording.
I'm waiting for the Gregory Brothers to do a remix to this.
Because this is going to be like Sweet Brown,
Yeah.
really. Ain't nobody got time for that. It's just going to be like that.
It's gonna be
all
like
over
that,
again.
and then the Antoine Dodson.
Oh my
And-
gosh. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yeah.
You
can
never
run
seen
and
that?
tell that,
No.
run and tell that, run and tell that, homeboy.
But it's got to the point. I mean, if you want to watch the video, you can just type in "woman" into search bar on YouTube.
That's all it takes.
And it is literally the first option is "woman gives accurate description of hailstorm." Now we're going to play this now,
It's pretty accurate as well.
and it is a really accurate description. I mean, and I think this will come across quite well on radio. You don't really need to see it; you just so much need to hear what she's describing.
And one last thing, this will really give you an understanding of the saying "America."
Yes,
America.
exactly. And the phrase that Americans are quite loud and talkative maybe does apply to
Yes, definitely so.
to this particular lady. So
Let's
we're going
hear
to play this. Here we go.
Across town, residents are now picking up the pieces as well. Large hailstones destroyed mobile homes, busted out windows, and car tail lights.
Man, them jokers was big, size of a quarter, doggone.
Many said it sounded like nothing they've ever heard before.
He said, Kapuya, Kapuya! And your boy, that hell just came in. I opened my door, and I looked out my door and started hitting me in my head. I took out running, ran to my restroom, and then I called my mama to see was she all right.
Those size of quarters.
I just love how it's referenced like size of quarter dogs. Only Americans could reference something in response to like how big something is according to fast food.
Yeah.
It's just I've just watched this now so many times.
Quarter dog.
It's just amazing. It is
Wait,
just
that's
a
what she said?
quarter
I
dog.
thought they were talking. She just said quarter. Maybe I can't.
It's-
I think she says quarter doggone.
My favorite bit.
My American translation.
My favorite bit is just this.
Yeah, Kapuya!
It's just amazing.
Kapuya! Kapuya! And then I called my mama, see how she was.
See, she all right.
It's just I can't stop laughing at that.
No, it's a classic.
And it's like you just hit replay. I reckon that's why it's already got 5 million views. It's probably only like 100 people actually watching it. They're just all hitting replay so often.
But I guarantee you that like there was a well-mannered, well-spoken next-door neighbor to her that wanted to be on air, but they're like, no, she sounds like she's got the better voice.
She sounds like she'll be able to describe an accurate description of a hailstorm. Kapuya.
The American
Kapuya.
way.
The American way. Because, of course, only in America can you possibly do Kapuya.
Yeah.
Because whenever we interview people on UK news, it's never that exciting. Ever.
I wonder what would come up if you Kapuya, or if you Urban Dictionary Kapuya.
Should I really? I'm gonna try and search this because I bet there is already someone who has updated the Urban Dictionary for this. Let's see what comes up. It probably won't be that
very
excited. Oh, okay, here we go. Always. So apparently, Kapuya is always stated more than once in a sentence, and it is the sound of an object hitting another.
Spot on then. That was an accurate depiction.
And there is someone who has uploaded Kapuya videos, and here we go. Woman gives accurate description of hailstorm.
I love it.
It is just amazing. And someone else has written, sound produced by the impact of hail on solid objects. So I mean, people are, and And someone's actually even written down the quote of "Man, those trunkers was big, size of a quarter dog gone. It's kapuya, kapuya."
I love it.
It sounds so wrong with my accent. It doesn't sound right with my accent.
Kapuya. Oh man.
It just doesn't sound right with my accent. I can't do it. It's like whenever I try and sound like, normal, it doesn't work. I've just had Daryl come in the studio. Daryl, come along and say hi, just really quickly.
Who's our favorite?
Daryl's just walked in. What did you just say to me? Daryl presents the Power Hour, which is a political show.
Hello,
what did
Richard.
Don't. What did you just say to me? What did you just say when
I
you?
said you're right. Your accent does suck on that. It doesn't work with that at all.
I know.
I don't like it.
I like how you can actually hear me through the door. That's how
I
like.
can. Oh, I
I
can.
like
It
how
sounds
hard he was
awful.
eavesdropping.
He was
I
eavesdropping pretty hard.
I couldn't help it. I didn't hear what you were talking about.
Are we just better than your show? Is that the?
I mean, are we gonna have a show off?
Yeah, we are.
What time is this show in? 6?
This show it's going to be recorded as and when. I mean, to say the show will end at 6 doesn't really mean anything to the listeners.
I don't care. Well, it doesn't matter to me. Well, let's have a show off one day.
All right, how many?
4 score and
What we should do is we should do across the Power Hour, and we should get all of you lot in on my show, and then we could just have a massive debate and across the pond at the same time.
I'm not going to put anybody down, but that'd be great. There's just some people I don't know if they can handle that debate or not. Just to let you know.
It's him. He can't handle it.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's definitely
don't
you.
Start that, Sarah. Don't. No, not today. Not today. No, I'm not having this battle.
Kapuya.
Do
Anyway.
you fancy?
Kapuya!
Okay, Daryl. As you're here, before you go, because Daryl's actually setting up for another program. Do you fancy introducing the next 2 songs on there?
do you fancy?
We've already done the Martin Solveig, so read the 2 other ones just below that.
Is this Dario Guetta? Because I clearly can't read his handwriting.
Yeah, my handwriting is atrocious, and it should be saying David Guetta.
So this song by David Guetta, "Swear."
Sweat.
There's like an R to you.
Okay,
yeah. It does look like an R.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, my handwriting's awful. We've
We'll
already
play
established
"Swear" by
this.
David Guetta and She Wolf.
Falling to
Falling
pieces.
to pieces.
Thanks, Daryl.
No,
problem.
Yeah,
that's
thank
not,
you for.
That's not She-Wolf. Shakira.
No,
Thank
David
God.
Guetta.
If that was Shakira, I would have
No,
quit.
no.
I would have told you.
There's a She-Wolf.
Anyway, so we're gonna play those 2 whilst we remove Daryl from the
I
room.
mean, I know it's false to the people. It looks like false her.
Get out.
False her.
I can't. We know that I can't write. Okay, everyone knows that I have terrible handwriting.
Clearly.
Just go away. Anyway, we're gonna play those 2 songs.
Hey, enjoy the
that
rest of the show, guys. Enjoy it.
Thank you so much.
All right, I love you more.
So we're gonna play those 2 David Guetta songs that Daryl just so beautifully introduced, and we'll be back in 6-7 minutes. Bye bye. So welcome back to Across the Pond, April edition, April 2013. That was David Guetta, "Sweat," followed by "She Wolf," "Falling to Pieces." Unfortunately, Daryl can't read my handwriting.
He can't read. Sorry.
Well, I don't know. Was he even wearing his glasses? If he was wearing my glasses, then that does make my handwriting particularly bad, because it means he had no excuse for not being able to read it, other than my writing.
Well, we have this thing called contacts. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Yeah, they do exist in the UK.
Okay,
They were
just checking.
probably a British invention, like most things are.
They still wear the what's the little single glass
Monocle.
monocle?
No,
Just put a monocle on each eye.
no, we don't wear those.
I have a question. Are they
Oh.
half price? Because they're only one lens.
Do not pass go.
I don't
Do
know,
not cut $200.
but I would imagine the NHS could probably give you it for free even.
For 3 for free.
For free. Yeah, I just like to mention your healthcare every so often. Well,
Nah.
we're not going to get all political about it, but I just like to mention that every so often. It's just
Anyway.
it amuses me to
All
mock you.
Merck and healthcare.
Yep. So I've got down on my list of things to discuss. My list of many things. St. Patrick's Day.
6 things.
6 things. It literally is. Actually, no, it's not even that. It's 5 things.
Oh,
St. Patrick's Day.
honey.
You guys take it quite seriously.
Nah.
I think almost more seriously than perhaps even the Irish do. Because I got texts from one of my host families whilst I was here saying, "Are you going to be going green?" And I said, "No."
You get pinched if you don't.
Yeah, but I said, "Why?" I said, "Why would I? I'm not Irish. I'm English." You know, and St. Patrick's Day is Republic of Ireland. It's not even a part of the UK. It's specifically Republic of Ireland, which is a separate part of the UK.
Here's my take on St. Patty's Day. Halloween is an excuse for girls to dress slutty and get away with it. St. Patrick's Day is a reason for people to get drunk and no one complain. And be like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, you're such an alcoholic."
But I don't know what point. I don't know
Cinco de Mayo's
what
the
age.
same.
What age do you think Halloween goes from being like, oh, an innocent thing to go around the streets collecting sweets or candy to suddenly being like slutty?
Depends.
When do Halloween parties start?
16, 17.
Do you think
Probably.
so?
In America, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I don't know. I've seen like preteen costumes, like 12 years old, 13 years old, getting in on the action, like Jasmine, the genie, and just.
See, I just because you see, we don't really do Halloween parties in the UK because it's not really a thing that we do. Like, we don't really take it that seriously. Same as we don't really take Easter that seriously or any other holiday that seriously.
Well, it's
Apart from Christmas.
I was going to say, what's the biggest holiday?
Christmas is the big thing in the UK. Like, everything closes for Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
What's second biggest holiday?
Probably New Year. The week between Christmas and New Year in the UK is very strange. If you're ever visiting the UK for that week, it's very strange because it's like, is there any post coming today? You know, what's happening today? Like, you know, because everyone's kind of like in constant limbo because everything shuts down during that period. Or if stuff is open, it's open at really odd times. Like, the shops will only be open from like 3 till 5 p.m. or whatever. Yeah. So it's a very strange time of year.
Funny story about something that happened to me one Christmas was we went to Walmart on Christmas Day because we thought
it's open on Christmas Day.
Yeah, we thought it was, but it wasn't. We get
okay.
First off, we passed McDonald's and we see somebody sitting in the drive-through line. We're like, oh, all right, we're gonna go to McDonald's after this because we're starving
on Christmas Day.
Yeah, we thought.
Okay,
yeah.
That's fine. I'm not gonna judge.
Right.
I'm not gonna judge. I'm just
Thank
pointing
you.
out you're
It's
going
America.
to McDonald's on Christmas Day. Okay.
It was like 8 o'clock at night. So anyway, so we'd leave or get to Walmart. They're closed. So we turn around and come back, and we pull in the McDonald's parking lot. There's like a line wrapping around McDonald's. They were closed. Some idiot thought they were open and was sitting there in the drive-thru line. People thought that they were open because he was in the drive-thru line. So a line formed at a closed McDonald's.
That's
hilarious.
Is amazing.
How long did it take you to figure out it was closed?
Oh, we didn't sit in the line. We actually drove around it and saw no one inside. We're like, dude, it's not open.
So how many
so
people have
smart.
formed a queue by the end? Or
There
what
was
you would say a line?
There was at least 6 or 7 cars.
Oh my goodness. See? And you wonder why America is mocked by so much of the world.
Oh, I understand why we are.
Yeah.
Did you just put an R at the end of America?
No. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you recorded it, so we'll know.
Well, I'm not going to listen back to this deliberately, just
I
in
will.
case. Oh, no.
America.
So yeah, St. Patrick's Day here. I heard that in Savannah, Savannah, Georgia,
it's huge.
you like make the rivers go green. It's like really serious here. Whereas, in the UK, we've never celebrated it. Once you get to university, because obviously we can drink at the age of 18. Just saying.
Yeah.
I think that
we can shoot people at 18.
well, yeah. Maybe once you're at uni, people will take it slightly more seriously because they can say oh, well, I've got an excuse to drink because it's St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
But no one would actually go out and actively celebrate it because it's St. Patrick's Day. It's just a sideline.
Holidays in the States are all about marketing and
it's not so much that. I think it's also the fact that you are so enthusiastic about everything. Americans are hugely enthusiastic about a lot of things.
But you go, St. Patrick's Day, any restaurant, bar, store that is any kind of Irish name is going to be slammed that day. You go Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras, any kind of, Cajun, whatever, that's going to be slammed that day. It's just like any Mexican restaurant, Cinco de Mayo. You can't move. It's just, it's marketing and stuff to me. It's all money.
It's a reason to drink. That's what it is. Everything is a reason to drink, and everything is a reason to party, especially in college.
Everybody wants to get turned up.
Yes.
Do you want to explain what tucked up is?
I don't even think I know what turned up means. I just say it because it's funny.
Is it like
Urban
a
Dictionary
thing? I don't know if I want to because if it's referring to people getting drunk,
You might not be able to repeat what it says.
yeah, exactly. I might not be able. There is some dodgy stuff on Urban Dictionary.
Oh, there's some great reads.
Yeah. So some secondary definitions of some things are quite impressive. That's St. Patrick's Day. I didn't celebrate it. I'd never really have celebrated it. Probably never really will, seeing as I have no level of Irish heritage whatsoever and no interest in alcohol particularly.
Well, is there anything that you've while you've been here in the States that you've partaken in American tradition that you've actually enjoyed?
I did actually watch the Super Bowl. I actually took the time out to watch the Super Bowl, but we did discuss that last month.
Did you
missed
enjoy
out.
it? Well, give me something that you've enjoyed, something American culture that you've partaken in.
American Christmases are quite good. I was here on Christmas Day.
What's the difference?
Again, enthusiasm. You take it so much more seriously than we do.
Do y'all have Santa Claus?
Yes, of course we have Santa Claus.
That's all that's important to him.
Interesting fact about Santa Claus. His
not real.
suit was Santa Claus.
What?
Santa Claus was always depicted as having a brown suit until Coca-Cola in the 1950s. You do realize that,
I
don't you?
believe it.
Yeah, it's Coca-Cola's effective marketing campaign which makes that. But I should really point out at this point, because it's also going to be played in the UK, Coca-Cola is of course equal to any other soda or soft drink out there.
Yeah.
That's Ofcom regulations now. Because this is in the UK, I have to say that it's equal to every single other soft drinks manufacturer out there.
Oh my goodness.
We have to do that every single time you mention a brand. Like, so I'm now going to say Apple Computer, which of course is equal to any other computer brand out there.
You just flinched.
Brand.
Did you just twitch? I just twitched, I think.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Tell me something. Growing up as a kid, like I believe most of the the Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy. Well, to me, the Easter Bunny is the one that I never really could wrap my head around.
No, I didn't because
a giant oversized rabbit that lays eggs.
It's
and sneaks into your house.
Yeah, it's like when you think about it, the idea of the Tooth Fairy, like moving your head, to get a tooth.
But at the same time, like the shows you watch as a kid, the fairies and you get Tinkerbell and all that good stuff. So it's easier to believe it. Like the Easter Bunny, like
Tinkerbell's real. What are you talking about?
I know exactly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, it's just like who made up the Easter Bunny?
I think the Easter Bunny is maybe the weirdest one. I know no one did the Easter Bunny in the UK. We all get Easter eggs and we all exchange chocolate.
Yeah.
But it's not.
There's no giant bunny hopping around.
Yeah,
getting pictures taken at the mall.
Yeah, I remember once watching an American movie and there was a guy, in the movie. I can't remember what the movie was about, but it was a family movie, and the dad was like having to dress up as the Easter Bunny for Easter Sunday, and all that. And I just remember thinking, is that something that really happens in America? Because that doesn't happen in the UK at all.
No, my family.
No, I don't know anybody who does that. I know that the Easter Bunny is at the mall and stuff, and little kids get scared because it's an oversized costume of an Easter Bunny. It looks like a demon, I'm just saying. But I don't know anybody that goes around like Santa Claus, whereas they would walk in the living room as the Easter Bunny. That'd be terrifying.
Well, yeah. I think it's weird.
It's weird.
And I don't know where that tradition came about from.
I have to Wikipedia that.
Maybe I will sometime. I tend to Wikipedia a lot of things.
Origins of the Easter Bunny.
There was that spider that Luke used to talk about. That was what was it? Brown recluse.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
He had to Wikipedia it because
and
he
I
was
had to
terrified it was in the South.
I didn't.
South.
I didn't believe him that it was in the South.
Yeah, my mom got bit by one.
Well, I didn't believe that there was such a poisonous spider that lived in the South. So during a music break, I googled it, and then I said to them, "No, look, it isn't in the South." Forgetting, of course, what a map of America looks like, and I forgot where Georgia was briefly. My geography is just moronic. It's just awful.
You show me a map of the UK, and I'm not going to know where anything is.
Exactly. But I should at least know where Georgia is. I know where Florida is, and I know where California is, I know where New York and Washington D.C.
You know where the corners are.
And I know where Texas is, and I know
Vegas.
that Minnesota is right up there.
Right up there?
Right up there. It's in the north because it's always snowy. It's like Canada. That's all I know.
Hey.
I don't know anything else.
How about that?
How boot that? You want to get on the boot?
Oh God.
I'm so good at doing a Canadian accent. You just say about a lot in a weird accent, and it just makes you sound convincingly Canadian.
Good old Canadians.
One of my friends in the UK once was texting me during his lecture, and I wouldn't advise texting during a lecture. By the way, it's not good. It's not conducive to learning. But he studies at the University of Nottingham. I'm in Lincoln, and we were both in separate lectures at the same time. And he was texting me saying, "This woman sounds American, but she can't say about properly." I don't know. And I was like, I don't. And I wrote back to him saying, "Do you not know what accent that is then?" And he was like, "No, is it like Californian?" And I was like, "No, it's not Californian. No, it's Canadian." He was like, "She's not even American." And I was like, "No, but they sound fairly similar. It's just for the about thing, really." So yeah.
I don't know where that came. Where that accent even comes from.
Well, you see, the thing is, I was only really aware of the Canadian accent and all the stereotypes to do with it once I came here. Everyone in the UK knows the American accent, but not really the Canadian accent.
Yeah.
I got told today that apparently I'm picking up the American accent slowly. Just in the past couple of months, apparently my Britishness has slowly started to dissolve.
That's what I was like. It's fascinating to me is
as an American, like to me, Americans, you have your variations of accent, like Southern, Northern, all that stuff. But like in general, speaking English, it just sounds normal, and everyone else has accents.
No,
but then
I mean
overseas, like you think we have accents, but
see, the thing is that I speak with an unusually neutral British accent. No one really particularly sounds a lot like me. Like I just have a fairly neutral British accent. I sound northern, but I'm fairly neutral.
See, I wouldn't know the difference.
Exactly. But I mean, if you drive for half an hour in the UK, there's a different accent. I mean, from where I go to university and where I live, completely different accents, and that's just an hour away.
Yeah.
And I mean, where I went to school, where I went to secondary school, and where I live, that was a 20-minute drive, and those are two completely different accents. So we have accent, like the UK is just full of accents. It just changes all over. It's interesting.
It is very interesting. I mean, here in the States, I mean, of course, we're a melting pot, but as for like American accents, you have your Southerners, your Northerners, and like your Valley people.
I would say you have maybe.
Hillbillies.
I'd say you have a few distinct ones. You've got Southern, Northern,
Yeah.
New York, New Jersey,
Jersey.
and
What?
then
Da
you've got
Bears.
and then you've got California. California's a very distinct accent, and then other than that, they all sound mostly the same, really. I think, but I don't know how true that is. Anyway, we're going to go on to another song.
He'll be reading these by himself, so no one botches them.
Yeah, because I can actually read my own writing. Not always, but just sometimes. The majority of the time. We're going to play Foster the People, Call It What You Want. I love this song. I've only listened to their album the first time through the other day.
Foster the people, they're good.
Did you just go Foster?
Foster the people.
Yeah, you went Foster.
I don't
I didn't know if you were trying to sound British. You did.
You're rubbing
briefly.
off on me.
Yeah, I know.
Been in the
Ew.
studio with you too long.
But yeah, Foster the People, Call It What You Want. I realised I've heard that song ages ago, but never really realised what it was, and it's great. And then I'm going to play Man Buzzin', because I haven't heard that in ages, and it's really summery. And it is getting to summer, slowly. Do you like that song, Sarah?
It was snowing earlier
I like
today.
the summer.
You
Yeah,
like
I
this?
know. It's ridiculous.
I can't get over this. It was warm rain on Sunday, and today is Tuesday, and it's snowing.
It's Georgia
What's
for
wrong
you.
with Georgia weather?
Georgia weather, is,
I-
it's awful.
I get so confused.
It's worse than a girl.
Excuse me?
I said it. I'm
Anyway, I'm just going to look over here for the rest of the show because I can't handle looking at him at the moment. But we're going to send you into this music break really quick while I beat.
Thanks for taking my job and introducing the songs for me. Anyway, here we go. Bye-bye. Hello, and welcome back to Across the Pond, April 2013. That was Foster the People, Call It What You Want, followed by Man Buzzin'. Very summery song. How do we feel about summery songs?
Daisies. What's wrong?
I don't know what Audition just did to me. Oh no, it's okay. Sorry, we were just having some minor crises with the studio equipment. It's fine now. Don't worry.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're fine. We're
Okay.
fine. It's still recording. So yeah, I was going to talk about like the really sort of rural parts of Georgia. This last weekend I spent down in Pelham, Georgia, which if any of you ever have an opportunity to visit, don't.
Where?
Pelham, Georgia. It's near Albany. Very, very kind of like country, rural, southern part of the woods. And there's nothing there. There's no mobile reception. People don't have internet. People don't have phone lines, and they all live on farms.
Why were you there then?
Because part of my scholarship requires that I have to go to student weekends, which are like based all over the state. And that was just the last one they organised. Like most of the other ones have been really, really good because we get to visit like Savannah or Atlanta. We just have like a weekend of fun. This one was Pelham.
Down in Pelham, Georgia.
And people literally spoke like that
I
as
know.
well. So yeah, I wasn't too impressed by Pelham because generally I do quite like the States. I hate admitting that. And in fact, I believe I said on the first ever edition of this show, God, I hate the States. Or
Did you really?
Something similar to that. Like, I was just talking about, because on the first ever edition, we talked about the differences between the UK and the US in terms of, like, spelling differences and words. And just at the end of this conversation that was, like, 10 minutes long, I just remember just going, oh, God, I hate America sometimes.
We're like a fine wine.
Yes.
You
That's
even
been
accepted
corked.
my hug.
What did you
Touche,
say?
sir,
I said you
touche.
even accepted my hug the other day. I think you're
Yeah, I
becoming
know.
more American.
I think this is an issue, and I think it needs to be dealt with. I didn't realize this until earlier, but I think my accent has actually softened slightly, and I really don't want it to because I want to be like BBC English. So I'm a little bit disappointed that it's going, but I'm just going to have to hope I can like keep it.
I,
Then again, I've only got 2 months left. So
yeah,
I mean,
I wouldn't know the difference if you in the accent.
You're from the UK?
good one, Sarah.
I
Good
thought you were
one.
from Kalamazoo.
Where is
know where
that?
that is.
What is
It's Michigan.
It's
Michigan? Oh, okay. So yeah, it just seemed to me that Pelham wasn't really like the place to be. Let's put it like that. It's not really the greatest part of the state, and isn't really the best kind of like tourist advertisement for Georgia. Let's put it like that.
Did they have like the world's biggest,
Something.
rat?
No,
Like-
but what they did have is on some of the busier farms, and what we mean by busier farms is like 3 cars on the road. It said like congestion area or congestion zone, and I was like, really? Like they had those warning signs. that
You know
said
what they're probably
congestion
talking
zone.
about? Probably talking about when they heard the cattle.
Probably. I mean, it was literally that, rural, literally that southern. I mean, it was so bad.
I just don't think you're used to that much space. I mean, I know the states are a lot bigger space-wise.
Are you gonna bring up that old chestnut again?
That
Yes.
pecan.
Okay, fine. The UK takes 8 hours to drive across at the thickest point, east to west, and 12 hours to drive north to south at the longest point.
I don't know. I think that's convenient, though. I wish I could get across the United States in 8 hours.
Well, yeah. I mean, it takes 6 hours to drive to South Georgia. I mean, I only realised how big the states are when I got here, and when I had student weekends in Savannah, and I realised, oh my goodness, it's 6.5 hours to drive just to like a part that isn't even right next to Florida. I mean, it's right near Florida, but isn't quite Florida.
You're still a good 2 hours from Florida.
Yeah, I mean, the whole of Georgia is bigger than like the part of England in the UK. So I mean, it's just unbelievable. Yeah. But yet you have no population. We're like 70 million people. You are what, 7 million in Georgia or something?
And we
Like,
like it that way.
in the
Keep
whole
off our
state?
lawn.
Yeah, in the whole state. I'm sure it's like 7 or 8 million in the whole state, and I know that 5 million of those live in Atlanta. To give you an idea, so there's only like 2 million people that actually live out in Georgia. It's a very, very rural state.
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting to me because I mean 10% of the UK population lives in London.
Only 10%.
Yep, 7 million people live in London.
Wow.
It's huge. London's kind of become like almost like a mega city now. It's so big. I mean, it takes hours to drive across. So that's why if you ever drive east to west or north to south, you don't go through London. You go on like an outside road around London or whatever.
Yeah.
It's interesting how those things are kind of like panned out.
Yep.
Oh, London.
Oh, London!
London.
I need to be spending some time this summer in London. Actually,
So I want to travel overseas. My bucket list includes visiting like ancient Greece, Rome, to the
you
Parthenon.
can't visit ancient Greece.
You know what I mean? I'm talking about like the.
You can't visit ancient Greece.
You know what I mean?
Don't frown at me. You can't visit ancient Greece
I know I can't
because
visit
it's a
ancient
period
Greece.
of time.
Why?
I want to go back
never...
to 750 BC.
AD. BC even.
No, you messed up.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
shut up.
even now. Thank you.
Shut up.
When I say ancient Greece, I mean like the Parthenon, all those places that ancient Greece is,
Yeah.
related to, and then also to visit or to attend all 4 major Grand Slams in tennis. So the Australian Open, Wimbledon,
Thanks.
the French Open, and then the U.S.
You
Open.
need to come if you really love tennis that much. You need to come to the UK
Don't want
whilst
to.
Wimbledon is on.
Don't wanna.
Not because you need to go and see Wimbledon live, because going to see live Wimbledon is like A, really expensive, and B, you have to know someone who can give you tickets.
Yeah.
But you just need to go just for the BBC coverage. I mean, ad-free coverage all the way through the day.
Yeah. That's why we sit
Fantastic.
outside Wimbledon and watch
Wait, what? Sit outside where?
Wimbledon.
Thank you.
Shut your face. You and your
You'll get there. You'll get there. I mean, it just takes
you're
you a while.
in America.
Don't
we say,
lecture me on this again.
Just for once,
Seriously.
I want you to play nice with the other kids, Richard.
I really
Just once.
can't. I really can't.
It's okay.
I can't play nice with the Americans. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for any level of disappointment that may wager. But I really can't.
It's tough.
I know. But anyway, I think that kind of wraps it up for this month's edition. Obviously, we'll have Justen back because you've done quite well.
Do what I can.
We'll have you back for the final sort of couple of editions, really. Actually, no. There's only one more edition of this in the States, and that is May's. Because by the time it's May, I will be traveling all over Florida and Georgia and then going back to the UK. And the next edition then will be like August, September. So
From the UK.
From the UK. I'm going to continue this in the UK.
Well,
That'll be interesting.
Will it still be called Across the Pond?
It will indeed. It really will.
Okay.
You gave me a really weird look then.
'Cause you're across the pond now. You're gonna be
Yeah,
back.
I know, but I mean, it's going to be across the pond for you then.
Yeah, I'm not going to listen.
But
I'm
you
just,
should.
I'm joking.
But yeah, no, it'll be interesting. I have to admit, I am probably going to slightly miss it here, as much as it pains
There
me
you go.
as much as it pains me to admit it. Not gonna miss the hugs though from Americans. Like when you just meet random Americans, they just be like, "Oh, give me a hug before you go." Why?
Have you had my pinch your cheeks yet?
Or your bottom?
No. People actually know that there was one lady who I met who pinched my cheek. She was like, "Oh, you're British. You're so cute." And I was like, "Oh my god." So yeah. But there we go. We'll be back in May for the final edition. Thank you very much for listening. It's been great to have you with us. So it's time to say goodbye from me and Susie. Susie, you need to say goodbye rather than just sitting there smiling at me inanely. Go on.
Okay, bye.
Okay, thanks, bye. And Justin, you need to say something. And don't plug your show in this. You're not allowed.
Can
You
I
just have
plug
to say no. You can, no need actually. Yeah, you can once because you haven't plugged it yet.
I
and
never
he has.
have ever.
Okay, you can.
Never
What? Tell us about your show.
It's
quickly,
Wayland's Club,
before we go.
and it has all this types of hip hop, and we have live studio artists, and we talk about news going on.
And what time is it on?
It's on at 9 o'clock on Thursday nights here, so I'm not quite sure.
It'll
what
be
time.
2 a.m.
2 a.m. on Friday mornings in the UK. So if anyone ever was doing a late essay and wanted to listen to some Americans discuss news and then play some music, then you can do it Friday at 2 a.m. by going on to westga.edu/The Wolf. Did you like that? I did that so well. And notice how I say / because we have to differentiate in the UK between / and backslashes.
That sucks.
Anyway,
Wow.
say bye, Justin.
Hasta luego.
That was Spanish, but that'll do. And we shall see you next month. Bye.